Hi guys, today we will see more of git commands. So in the last session we saw about git ignore and config. So today we will see how gitk works. So gitk can be used to visualize the history of the repository of certain files. In some cases, simply using git is not sufficient in order to see all the details. We have a command known as git blame. So git blame allows you to see which commit and author modified a file on a per line base. So if I do git blame, let's see. Just list the files, whatever is present over here, we'll list it. Category goes to PHP. So we will blame it. git, it's like blaming. It will return us whatever happened to this file. Git blame. See. Choose the category, author Sanjay 007 date, whatever was changed that is shown over here. So this is how git blame works. So if you want to see more of it, you can just simply if I use git blame, we have an L option. We have an L option over here. We have done some changes of VI region. I think that's not sure about it. So create a folder image. Yes. Okay. So where we were? Okay, we'll see. git blame space. If I use a -L option, that allows the limiting of the selection. For example, by line number, we mean that only show line number 1 and 2 in git init blame. So category, see here, it will show us just the 2 lines. Okay. So this is somewhat like. Now if you see, we will see now gitk. So gitk can be used to visualize the history. So if in some cases git blame is not sufficient enough to see all the details, so in that case we will have gitk. Windows, so we will open up and you can see here the details over here. So if I say gitk it will open here and see the history of the changes of category post on PHP. These are all the changes. It will have it diff also. You can see the differences over here. So this is how gitk works for seeing the differences. Okay. So now suppose I'm working on something very critical, and in between of that something urgent comes as well. So I cannot just leave that work and jump onto the critical task. So what we do, we will save that work for a temporary for a moment. So how will we do that? So let's say we have temp over here. So this category post will open and just edit this one. So now something urgent comes and I need to switch on to this. So for that we have a command known as stash, stash. So it helps us to record the current state of the working directory and the staging area. Suppose I have committed git all. Okay, so now I will commit it. So now something important, urgent or critical comes in between there. So I will stash this, my work, and will later pull it back after I complete it. Okay, I will just put aside my current work and will continue with the critical one. So how we will stash it? We'll just write in git stash. No local changes to save. Okay, just a minute. We'll just do it again. So git status. First, let's see the status. Okay, nothing to commit is showing. Now it's modified actually. It's not git stash mostly saved changes. Okay, git carry stash it. Okay, so we'll see what is the stash list. any stash as we have any stash IP. So what it does, it basically stores these everything on a stack. Okay, and we can reapply them after we want it. So if we want to stash this, if you want to save the stash, you just try stash save. As there are no local changes, so automatically it's in save mode because I have already saved it. So if I type in git stash list, it shows me the list of the stashes. So you can just type in git. You can use the ID to apply the stash. You just use git stash apply stash and 0. You can do this as well. So it just applies the stash whatever we have done. If you can want to pop up, so if you suppose you want to apply the latest stash and delete it afterwards, so you can have git stash pop. Okay, so just need to stash save and just need to stash pop. Okay, it stash applies the stash onto a current onto this ID, but stash pops up or applies the latest stash and deletes it afterwards. You can delete it afterwards. You can remove the stash. If you want git stash drop, and you can put up the status ID, stash ID stash @ 0. So you can drop stash is showing stash dropped. So okay, so it's modified actually. Okay. So now you suppose want to clear all the stash at once in a one go, and you can do it like this. Okay, so I have my stash. Just let's create a stash git add. The stash may say stash save. We can save it like that. Because it was a change, so we can okay. And now the status first, you can see the status. Okay, after we saw the status, we can clear the stash at one go. So what is the command create to clear the stash is simple clear command. You can clear it. Git stash clear. It clears all of the stashes that are present over here. So it deletes all the stashes basically. So now if you want to remove some untracked files with git, you can have a command called git clean. Okay, so what does this git clean does? So just echo out something to category posters. Okay, we'll run git clean, and so it makes a dry clean to see what would happen. Just make a dry clean, and it's any same as normal dry run. It cleans in. So you just see the git status now. It's nothing is there, I think. Okay, it cleans all everything. We have a -8 parameter as well. We can delete all the parameters, all the everything. You can use a command called gitk, something like this. F D and S. You can clean all the directories. These simple commands that we can use. We have another command called git reset to remove stage changes from the staging area. This means that git reset is the opposite of git add. It avoids the changes are included in the next commit. It avoids whatever changes we have committed. So if I write here now creative status minus s resource and category version page, right? So now I want to reset. So let's go back and again do some changes. Says modify. Changes are not staged. It's saying changes you have done is not staged till now. Okay, this is how git reset works. So we can now go to checkout and see how we have done some changes and we can revert those changes. Changes in the working tree are not staged, and which are not staged till now we can go back and reset the file, the working tree, to the latest staged version using git checkout. So if I do a checkout on that category post of PHP, see the previous one. So whatever the stage files were there, whatever were changes were done, that were undone. So it's a kind of undo and redo. We can undo and redo. So it's kind of undoing. What are the changes we have done, we will undo it. So this is the option that we can do with git checkout. Git checkout undoes staged but uncommitted change. That's important. If you want to undo a staged but an uncommitted change, you can use the git checkout. That's a common pointer that we have used here. It's a common pointer that points to that category post.php and tells that you just unstage it from there. You just undo the changes whatever were done to the latest staged version. And my latest staged version was what I have, the stage where I have pulled it back from repository. In that stage it checks out the files. Okay, so we have saw git reset, git clean, git blame, etc. So this was all about the cleaning and all. We have done the reset as well. We have soft and hard resets as well. So a soft reset doesn't remove your change to your files and index. You can use the git reset soft command to squash several commits into one commit. It will just move it. So you just can go to the git documentation and see all those commands and stuffs. I just show you how it works, the basic idea. There are lots of commands in git which you can use. There is the git log command as well. So in git log, I always told you, it shows us all the logs. So you can revert onto a commit ID as well. So there is an option, revert. You can have this commit ID copied and you can revert onto that commit. Suppose this is my commit ID and I want to revert onto this commit ID. So it just git revert, just paste it and just revert onto that. Okay, that was a merge, so it is not. So this is the way how you can revert into some commit. Okay. This is the git nodes. See on, but like let's see. We'll try with this as well. This one as well. git revert. This is how git revert works. Just last try on that. Yes, it reverts all the comments. Have me all on this list and just wq. So skip wq, one file changed and it's reverted back to the commit stage. So thank you for liking my video. Thank you.